Hi everyone, it's Amelia, and it's like midnight. But I haven't done really anything tonight, and I don't know, I feel like getting something done, so I decided to do my inventory for S, and I thought I'd come live, because why not? So what I'm going to do is I took most of the boxes out of S, and I put them all up here, kind of where I can see all the numbers, for it's just easier for me to like grab them as I go. I do need a pen, which I had one. There we go. So this is my inventory log, everything that's listed on eBay. So if I don't have it on eBay, it goes into a tote. And then I look on Etsy, and then I'll look in the inventory sheets to see if it's even listed. And that's what I'm going to do. So, first one is A1. And I got it. It's on the shelf. So I just put a check mark. And I highlight the ones that I'm working on right now. And then once I'm done with them, I just put a black line through them for they're eliminated. Okay. And I have a lot of flat things. So here's this one. The next one. Oh my goodness. Supposed to be a book. So if I know what it is, I can kind of guess what it's going to look like. And as I go, I'm just putting them back on the shelf, basically. I actually might go see if I can find the Okay, so let's see. We have D94, which is right here. Right here. Okay. So, really kind of chilly tonight. Oh, and see, I did that one already. So we have G73. It's supposed to be a pamphlet, so it is probably one of these as well. G73. Maybe. There it is. So, G73. Hi, Casey. Good night. Yeah, it's only 12 something here. I'm trying to do one shelf of inventory. And I thought I'd pop in. Why not? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. M66, which are this little pamphlet thing or bubble mailer thingy. And we have W11. What is it? Ordinance. Here it is. I can list an hour. I can't list very many in an hour. I'm very slow too. After I get everything done for the listing, I don't know, maybe 5 an hour, but it takes me forever to get all my stuff built up to actually sit down and list. So I'm really not sure. It feels like forever because it takes me forever to get to the listing point. Parrot on a... Oh, that's mine. Okay, I know that one. This one, I'm going to make sure it's still in there since it was open. I need to put a little piece of tape on there so they don't fall out. And it depends what it is. If it's all like items, I go a lot faster. But sometimes I'm like super slow at it too. Depends how focused I am. On Posh, I can do it a lot faster because I'm not as picky on Posh. Look at all these pages. Oh my gosh, this is all of my inventory that's in my eBay store right now. This takes a while to do, but I like doing it because then I find out like 4 things in shelf art. The first shelf I did that wasn't. U24. R17. And R18. So that's kind of weird. Oh, maybe it fell. Look. Oh, here it is. It was this one. Just never took it out. Okay, R18. Okay, we have M64. Which is this one. Okay. Hi. Nice. My mother's mustache. I am doing inventory on... I'm doing one shelf at a time, and I'm trying to do all the smaller shelves. That way there's less items to look through. Basically, I just start with all the items on my eBay store, and I print everything out. That's listed. And then I'm working on each shelf at a time, and I highlight the shelf I'm working on, each of the items. I'm going to change the SKUs after I get everything done to better organize this for next year, or I don't have to do it this way. But I go through when I'm not doing anything like watching TV. I highlight the next shelf, check it, and then when I get done, I go back with a marker and cross them out so I don't have to worry about that listing again, and then I highlight the next shelf. It's kind of time consuming, but I think if I do it little at a time, it won't be nothing. It don't take too long. Yeah, I wanted to get started early this year. Okay, J99, finally, yay. That's the only one I didn't take off the shelf because it was huge. Okay. Q54. Or no, 52. This little one. And then if it's like super breakable, I do check the items sometimes. Sometimes I don't. We have C40, which is this cute little one. And that's it. So I have quite a few that don't have anything. So now what I do is I go to, well, I only do it once a year. I should do it more often, but I think next year I'm going to try to do a rotation type thing. I do these shelves every 3 months, these shelves every, so, rotate it. So now it's time to go through Etsy and see what's listed over there. I only have like 60 items, so it's easy for me to go through. And the SKUs are right on like the listing page. So they're on eBay too, but when you have so many items, it's harder to go through them all. But I'm reordering my SKU, I think, to make it easier to search for stuff. I hope. Okay, let's see. Listings. Hey, Carol D. And good night, Divatric Treasures, Casey. Okay. Yeah, I was like, should I go to bed? Because that is one of my goals, is to have better sleeping habits. And then I was like, nah, I'll do inventory. Yeah. S. M68 is an S. M68. Huh. I wonder if that's supposed to be M98. Let's look. Nope. M68. Well, it's not here that I can see, and it's a pretty large thing. And well, that's interesting. Let's look where M68 is supposed to be. It doesn't say. It does say it's supposed to be listed on eBay, though, which is weird. So we have a Runaway. There's M66. There's one that I thought was similar to this. I wanted to check out what it was. Good grief, there's not that many of them. M64, which is on here. Okay, so M68. No clue where it's at. That's reassuring. I hate when that happens. And this was before I put location on my inventory. So who knows where it's at. Okay, let's go ahead and deactivate that. Just for now. Okay, H. That's H89. Got it. Bingo. So that one's good. J133 or 113. Got it. And that's it. Okay. So it probably means, yeah, I resell full time. Unfortunately. No, it's not unfortunate. I love reselling. It just sometimes it's like, I don't know. I feel like I put in more hours than I'm getting out of it sometimes. I think that's like everything. I do enjoy reselling. It takes a lot of work, you know. I think the worst thing about it is like, I don't know. People don't think it's very hard work, but it is. You have to manage all this stuff and fun or figure it all out, you know. But I do enjoy it. I was just joking. Okay. Let's see what else I do. Or what I need to do next. All this stuff I have no clue where it needs to be at. So, this is like fun. I don't know. I like reselling. I love reselling. Don't get me wrong. I just don't, like, I live in a small town. And right now I don't have a car. And I haven't had a car in a really, really long time. Well, I got one not very long ago. And then I blew the engine in it. Or the engine blew in it. But it blew in it. Huh. This says it's on eBay, but I don't know. So it gets kind of boring. That's why I go live a lot. Just because I like talking to people, you know? I like being social. So that's my only one drawback. And then just I feel like I'm always doing something reselling related. I have been getting better on weekends, just not doing hardly anything reselling. And then my sales drop because I'm not listing. You know, it's like a win-lose situation. Okay. Next thing to do is do some eBay. Go to eBay and search for this because it says that it should be listed. And I believe it should be also. Let's see. Because I remember listing this. Yikes. Okay, let's see here. So we need to do 23. No. Label 23. L23. So it is listed. I just messed it on my inventory sheet. What would be SA79? Okay, and it's right here. Did I bring a highlighter? Probably not, but I got one right here. Okay. It's good to go. Okay, let's do P100 next. coyotes yipping out there on the edge of town. Yip, 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 yip. Yep. So I don't believe this is listed. See if I can make this small and pull this up. Yeah. Well, I pre-pack. Yeah, it is works, isn't it? I have 823 items listed on eBay. Over 100 on Posh now, and only about 60 on Etsy. So, and really, if you want to anything, that's why I have a lot of boxes and stuff behind me, just because I have reasons. People probably think I'm crazy, but that's okay. I don't care. Let's see. You want to see my actual, so I have that. These are split up in sections. I know like it looks like a mess, but it's all split up. Got those all on shelves, and they're all split up. And I even have more back here. I have to try to, sorry if you guys are getting dizzy. So yeah, I'm wanting to replace this dresser over here with a shelf. This used to be my crafting room. And just kind of like my reselling hangout room. With crafting, like when I was just doing it, I just started, and I still crafted a lot. But I turned my crafting dresser that I had all my craft supplies into like bags. The bottom still has craft stuff in it. I need to clean that out. But I'm actually thinking about getting a shelf to put there. That way I can put my poly bags in totes because they just store them better. That's what I'm transitioning to, is I'm buying totes every now and again, and I don't care what color they are. I'm just doing them the cheapest ones I can find, about the same size, and that way I can stack them easier for the poly bags. And I'm relatively new to selling clothing. I was like one of those diehards. I'm never selling clothing. Ah! And then I decided to start selling clothing. So I want to get to double of what I'm having now, what I have now on eBay, but it's gonna take a while. Okay, so this is M98. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, mine's box. Okay, you want to hear something crazy? Carol D. So we live in a pretty small house. It's just me and my husband. And we live out kind of far from anywhere, so we don't get a lot of visitors. And we don't use our living room. So I was like, and I wanted to be able to shut stuff off. Anything to do with my business, I like to be able to shut off. That way animals can't get into it. You know, like animals aren't even allowed in this room. Now but anyways, our bedroom was the room over, and I convinced my husband to switch our living room into our bedroom, because and it was really hot this summer. That's where the AC is. And it's also a heater for the winter. And nobody ever comes over, and we turned our bedroom into another office space where I have somewhere that's I'm not surrounded by inventory to list, and I also have my packing material in there, and he has his desk in there. So yeah, eBay's kind of taking over my house, but um, it's I just needed the room. I just needed this to be an inventory room. This one, I don't have. And he needed a workspace too, so I was like, well, why don't we just make this room into an office for both of us? You have to just do what works. I'm hoping someday to have just like a basement or like attic space, like one of those long attic spaces in another house someday. W8, so this one I do. Oh, it's a clown marionette. Okay, so it would have been it took me a long time to get to this amount of numbers, though, longer than it should have, probably. Because I'm pretty slow at listing. Okay. W8 right there. I know I had a highlighter. So do you just sell and close? Geraldine? Or do you do hard goods too? Yeah, they. You said you're listing hard goods. And I listed because I had some like men's graphic t-shirts, and I don't put those on Posh. I listed those today on eBay. Mostly clothes. Yeah, it's hard. Like, it's hard. Okay, so this one was good. It's hard to contain it sometimes. And it's even like let's see, let's do. Wow. See, I never could do the multiple not yet anyway, stores on eBay. I've tried that before. And it was so hard for me to switch back and forth. But I just started doing Posh because I wanted to kind of separate the clothing. Like I said, I do put graphic tees, men's clothing on eBay, but I don't pick a lot of it up. And I like that. I don't know why. I just like separating them. Oh, you're a bin shopper. Yeah, I am. We don't have a whole lot. Like, we have a lot of little thrift stores around here. Not a lot. We just have little thrift stores around here. So I get whatever I can there. Sometimes I go to auctions. During the summer, I go to yard sales, garage sales. And then about once every 2 months, I go to the bins because it's about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away from me. It's good that you help her do hers. That one I couldn't find. Q48. I just like worry that I might spend too much time building up feedback. You know, because it takes me so long to build up feedback, I feel like. I don't have very much. And I've been selling for quite a while. Okay, let's see. Q48. And I also like listing clothes on Posh because to me it's just so much easier. And something that's not like big on clothes in general. Like just I don't like I like cool things and funky things and all that. I'm just not like I've been trying to learn trends and stuff, but I'm just not like in love with selling clothing. Funny. There we go. Right there. I only have a couple more things. Okay, J11. Oh no. That stinks. Most of my brands aren't really, like fancy. I just clothing, mostly like mall brands. I did, however, find today I was listing this piece and it was called 1 September and I had no clue what the label was. I got it out of the bins last time I went and it was an Anthropologie piece. I am stuck at about 820 listings. I can't get past that right now. L94. I am not seeing it. Nope, there it is. Never mind. I saw it. It's a tie. Numbers. Yeah. I'm just trying to have it more steady, you know. That's one reason why I started Posh. That way I could just feed it like 3 listings a day and get it and share it once a day, and hopefully it will be more of another steady stream of money because eBay's been kind of slow lately for me, which is probably my fault. I'm not listing as consistently and as much as I should. Sure. I like to have goals, more of like what I'm listing than what's like the number. Like I will build my store up to about double what it's at, but I'm more interested in listing a certain number a week or meeting that goal just for its consistent. That's what I care about, consistency. Okay, I think this is the last one. J11. It is a Candlewick embroidery kit, and I'm pretty sure this is not listed. This shirt keeps bugging me. Not the most comfortable shirt. But it was cold. I'm getting tired. Oh no. Better brands to watch for my profits are higher. Yeah, I just like, I live in Kansas, and Kansas is great, but we just don't have a lot of like fancy stores or brands in this area. Like in the big or like county, oh, what's that called? The county seat is like the fanciest store there is in the mall, probably. Let me think. Would be in the mall would be like Maurice's and the Buckle. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she lives north quite a ways from where I live. Not really. She lives probably about an hour and 30, 45 minutes. Which really isn't that far in Kansas, but maybe not. I don't know for sure how far it would be. I live like, my town I live in it has, where did my cat go? Oh, it's down here. Has 150 people, give or take. That's it. So I don't have any like thrift stores here. So I go about, the closest one is about 17 miles. So it's not too bad. You just have to, there not might be like a lot of stuff here. You just have to make do with what you got. If, like for me, if I don't have a lot of high item stuff, I know I can always buy a few items and list them together, like items, of course. Like I'm listing I got a tub full of scarves. So I'm going to try to list like 5 together for, I don't know, $15.99 to get them moving. You just have to kind of adjust to your settings. Maybe I list lower items, but I just know I need to list more, which I'm not succeeding the greatest at right now. But it's all about but yeah, there's not like a lot of fancy brands or anything out here. So this is going to get pulled because I don't want to sell this anymore. So I'm going to pull it. I write pull on it and then I throw it in a pile. But you know, mall brands I've found I find the best thing I found instead of clothing to source here, like in that realm, like for Poshmark, is shoes. I get fine, like even just Clarks and stuff. I find Clarks pretty cheap, and I sell them for okay money. So it's kind of like it's all different. How long? Oh, let me see. I quit my job about this time in 2014. It was pretty close to this time, actually. And then I scrapped for a while, which was pretty unsuccessful, but I did learn a lot of stuff. And actually watching it was funny, watching scrap videos about how to scrap certain electronics and things somebody was reselling, and that's what sparked the idea. But I never thought to look on YouTube for a reselling like community or videos until about a year and a half after I had been about a year, probably year and a half year after I had been selling, which is funny. So about little less than 4 years. And I still have, like, I don't scrap like I used to. Like, I used to take everything apart and get the metal out and all that fun stuff. It was really fun. It doesn't, you don't make a lot of money. It's like one of those, like, hobbies. I still, like, every time I find metal, it don't matter how little it is, I put it in a pile in my garage and take it in. Once I get a truckload full, get my $20 or $15 for it. Yeah. Why not? It's better than just throwing it away. Okay. Oh, this says it's on Etsy. Candlewick. I didn't think I put this on Etsy. Double check. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe I did. And I still haven't figured. I've been doing it that long and I still haven't figured it out completely. Yeah, this is not listed on Etsy. It might have been at one point. I wonder if I have any that are deactivated. Oh, wait. What was that one? Nope. Candles. Let me see. Oh, I do have one inactive. Watch it be this one. Nope, it's not. Oh, it's that one. 7 expired. I bet it is listed. Yep, there it is. Okay. M98 10. I just had that one. This one. Ha! Found this one too. So let's go ahead and renew those. Renew. Okay. So do I really only have... Whoops. Oh, crud. Ah! Still water, guys. Hold on. enough. It'll dry. Gosh. So I have this Queen Anne dollhouse in this box, and it just busted open, and there's like a billion pieces. Oh my god, it's so cool though. Can't wait to go through it. It's not good though. Guess I might have to go through it tomorrow. So I only had one item in that shelf that wasn't listed. That's pretty darn good. My unlisted list is in the other room though, so I'll just write it right here for now. And I am putting it back on the shelf. That way I just don't have a lot of stuff hanging around like I did last year. Okay. Which one should I do? Look at this hair. It's a mess. Oh. Okay, have a great night. Good luck tomorrow. Or is that us? Okay. So, I guess time to black these out and start on the next batch. I'm really dreading like B because there's so many boxes, and I have a feeling a lot of them aren't listed anymore. Yeah, I do watch Heather. Channel. I just like to mark these out, that way I don't have to like just kind of, I don't know. The less there is to look through, it's easier to go through, I feel like. I need that right now. I need to just, I think, put these in a binder. But I'm afraid if I do that, I'll end up ripping the pages out. I do have a binder down there. I could put these in. It'd be a lot easier, but then I have to find a place to put the binder. I feel like every time I use a binder, they really take up a lot of room. Hi, Alma. You went to bed but couldn't sleep. I kind of am. I didn't go to bed. I just didn't feel like I could sleep. And here I am, like, my goal this week was to sleep better and go to bed at a better time. Here I am doing inventory. Just want to get this stuff done. U24. Yeah, that was in there. I am not very fun. Probably watching somebody do inventory, but I needed to do it and I was bored, so I'm like, I'm gonna go live. Even though it was live earlier. Like, why not? Oh, there's my dogs. They probably hear me in here. Probably better for me to be in here until I get tired. Because then I watch TV and then I get hooked on a show. And then I really can't sleep. Because I have to know what happens in the show next. I think this will be easier if I put them into a binder. Be easier to hold right now. I'm gonna go get my hole punch in an empty binder. Because I just so happen to have one. I will be right back. Okay. Yeah. How I feel too when I'm watching or doing a live stream. It's fun to talk. This. Goodness. I'm sure the neighbors will wonder what the heck I'm doing because I have no curtains on this room. It's probably like the brightest room in my house right now. Should probably get curtains, but it's so bright and without them, it makes the light so much better in here when I'm taking photos. Ugh. Let's see, which way does it go? Face to face. I wonder what this is used for. I always buy these really big binders when I can find them really cheap at thrift stores because they're expensive from the store. Like, I don't want to spend $4 or $5 on a big binder. I think I got this one for what, 99 cents? It's like really good shape. And I'm always using them because I use them to keep my inventory, like the inventory sheets. Because I keep all my, where I'm always jotting my notes down about my items. Because if I don't know where an item is, I always write the location and putting it on my inventory sheets as well. And sometimes I'll put like the size of box that it's supposed to be in case I can't find it. So I can double check location if I can't find it. I don't know. Or when I'm doing inventory, if it hasn't been, for some reason, hasn't been listed, I can check and see that it hasn't been listed. Do do I probably much records as I do know? Probably not, but it's how I am. It's helped several times, so keep doing it. Now, like these paper, once I'm done with inventory, I'll probably just throw them away. But I don't need to keep them. It's just I just printed out all of my, I guess I probably, all right, I just printed out all of my active listings on eBay, because Etsy I can look through them really easily. I don't have very many. Same thing with Posh. Well, Posh is harder to look for. What I'm probably going to do with Posh, once I get 2 poly bags, is I'm going to go through Posh and write down all the letters, locations on a piece of paper. That way I don't have to click in and out of each listing. I can just check them against that. Like the ones that are on Posh. My cats are meowing. Why are they meowing? Just fed them. Oh, Bubbles. Bubbles. I have 4 cats. Bubbles, Shyla, Jasper, and Muffs. And I have 2 dogs, Kimchi and Bobo. They're not allowed in this room though. So, of course. Okie dokie. That should help a little bit for now. Okay, which one do I want to do next? What is going on? Thinking. I'll do DD and US. US should be fairly easy. US. Okay. Have a good night, Mother's Mustache. See you later. Probably gonna go here in a bit. I'm just gonna highlight DD and US and maybe do US real quick since there's only like 10 things on it. They're just all big. So this is the thing that takes the longest. Going through and highlighting. Okay, so here's DD. Quite a few of them. And since I am going to be doing 2 different shelves, I'm going to use 2 different colors. Try and just do one at a time, but since, like I said, I don't have much on US, I'm just going to lump them together and do them in different colors. There's US. Okay. Nothing. How do you guys do your inventory? This is like, I know it probably seems kind of hard, like time consuming, but I think the easiest way I found to do it without just like going through each one and looking it up on eBay, because then I don't know if I miss any. Like if I didn't find it, it can still be on eBay, just like floating around, and I don't have the item. I think what I can talk about. I did sell a coffee mug today. It had Maria or Marie from the Aristocrats, the kitten, I think, on it. And it sold for $20. And it's going international to Canada, I believe. So I'll have to pull that. Probably do it tomorrow morning, though. So that was a good sell for a mug. And then I also sold a Fontini night or innkeeper thing. They haven't paid yet though. For $20 as well. And I don't know if I sold anything else. But those are the two that I remember. Because they're both offers. I really looked. Felt bad. I had one order today that has been awaiting payment for like 6 days because it had a clear through PayPal. I always hate when that happens. I always feel bad. I don't know why. I feel bad because I'm afraid the person doesn't know that it's taking forever to clear. Surely they do, though. I don't think there's any more. Which means I probably have a lot of unlisted stuff that I don't know about. You know, a lot of those are probably shoes, too. If you can think of that. Oh, here's one. Which means they're on Posh. Which I don't have my stuff for Posh. Okie dokie. Let me see. What can I talk about? Give me a topic, guys. Here's one. Let's see. Oh, I found a new way to make sure my photo, like, I've been using the Open Camera app to take photos with, and it doesn't have the 1:1 ratio on it for Poshmark photos, but since I can't adjust my photos on my regular camera, on, like, the regular camera, like, the phone camera app or whatever it's called, I have to use that. I don't have to adjust each one, like go and edit to adjust it. Figure out a way to be able to take a picture where I can crop it to be square for Posh. Didn't it look okay? It's a grid setting that has like a square, like a kind of like a diamond square in the middle. Yeah, diamond shape. You put that like at the edges of the like if you square that in the middle of your shirt or whatever, it will come out good enough to make it completely square on Posh. Easier without cutting anything out. Is everybody else having good sales? I still haven't decided if I want to go to the bins next week or not for a whole day. Well, close enough to a whole day. It'll be 9 to about 4 or 5. And it usually wouldn't be a problem because I've done it before, like with my husband though. But I'm more worried about our bin, the bin I go to, which is always away, but it recently had a fire in their like break room area where people can go and drink water and sit down, have a pop or whatever, because you're not allowed to have water on the cells floor. It is blocked off because the fire ruined all the walls and stuff. Well, the fire didn't, the sprinklers did. So I don't know, like, I won't have any access to water because I won't have our car there. My husband said I have the car. So I'm kind of worried about that part of it. Because it gets hot in those bins. Pop. Yeah. It's pop. Pop soda. Okay. So I need to, I guess I should just write down all my Posh stuff, because if I don't, I'll forget to do it. So, which stinks because I have to go into every single listing on Posh to get a SKU number, because they don't, I wish I had a place to put that. You know? Okay. Need a blank sheet of paper. Or a sheet of paper. Any sheet of paper will work. Oh. Printer paper down here. I'll get one of those. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's like the only one of the things holding me back. Plus, last time I went there for that long, it was long. It was a long day. That would be a long day. I mean, that's long. Ah, nice. I haven't been, I've cross-posted a few things from eBay to Posh, but I don't cross-post much anymore on Posh. I don't know, I just like having it separate. Oh, this one doesn't even have a location on it. That's lovely. Great. I had the comfortable life. Always afraid I'm gonna mess up your name. The comfortable life. Charles, right? Charles. It's not right. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names. What was that? Right. Okay. Yeah, I have stepped to Posh from eBay to Posh, and it was only like a few shoes and some higher priced, not super high price, but some higher price clothing that I had started on eBay before I started Posh. What is up with me not putting? Oh my goodness. This doesn't even have a SKU number. That's my biggest problem with Posh, is I forget to put the SKU number at the end. I have separate inventory for eBay, Etsy, and Posh mostly though. Etsy, I only put like some craft. I don't have room. I'm thinking about just cutting Etsy completely out, but I haven't yet. I kind of want to do just Printful on Etsy, but I don't know if I can do that because no clue how to do it. But I put like sewing patterns and craft supplies and really interesting vintage things there. I haven't been listing very much, though. I need to pick it up because just do. Okay, these cannot. These These are supposed to be in U. There is no way that these are in. They're shoes. U is a. Oh, maybe they are. I don't know. Use a bin that has poly bags in it. Keepa. No. Oh, you can do it on eBay? I didn't know that. It's interesting. Man, my nose itches. Sorry, guys. My nose has been itching all day. What is Keepa? I don't know what that is. This is on you. And then I'm going to renumber this shelf when I'm doing inventory. But I accidentally put two of the same numbered shelves. Or lettered shelves. Oh. No. I don't do Amazon. I don't know. For some reason, I just have no... It took me a long time just to decide to sell clothing. Like, I was one of those sellers. I'm never selling clothing. I'm not doing it. I don't like clothing. Yada, 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 yada. And now I started selling clothing. But truly, I've been selling a lot more shoes on Posh than I have clothing. Plus, even if I don't find like a lot of fancy brands or whatever, if I get it cheap enough, I don't, as long as I'm making an okay profit, I get it pretty cheap. I don't really like spending $1 for clothing. I did spend like $6 on a me. I don't offer anything. I want to do Printful. I just haven't dove into that yet. Because I don't know. I'm creative. I can draw, I can paint, I can come up with ideas, but I always can come up with ideas if I have something to start with. Like, my husband's always asking me for like coming up with ideas, but he always, for his work and stuff, but he always has like a starting point. And so I need to just like jot down some starting points and do like I'm really good at doing like kind of like a flow chart, just like a jot note charts where I can develop like ideas to put on, sayings and stuff to put on shirts, because that's the only way I think I could do it. Because I'm just not good at starting it, I guess. I've looked at it several times. I've started on something, then I've abandoned it, and then I went nowhere. Sorry if I'm moving the camera. I'm using the computer that's actually on or I'm actually using my Chromebook. I usually only use it for the video and live streams, but so I want to do it, but I just haven't figured it out yet, I guess. maybe one of these days I'll actually sit down and think of some stuff. And I know it's not like super, I mean, it's hard to come up with ideas, but it's not, once you get started, it's probably not that hard, once you have an idea. To put it on something, But then again, it's like, well, I can just list you stuff online and sell it instead. Okay, let's see. I guess I need to watch some videos over it. P67. This room is so dark. I have to use one of the lights I use for photoing my stuff and point it up to the ceiling before I can actually see in here. This room is so weird. It has no electrical outlets. It's one reason why I wanted the other room for an office. And it has the only electricity it has is the one little light above me. And then it has a door here that goes out to the front porch, which, our other door's right on the other, in the dining room on the other side of this room, like our front door is. So, little room. I think it used to be an office, like a business or something. Because I don't know why you would need a separate entrance, unless it was. Okay, X34. While I was in my live stream today, I was going through shirts and I found this one called 1 September, and I thought it was like a cheaply made shirt. And it wasn't like, I mean, it was kind of pretty, but it was okay. And I'd never heard the brand before. And I got it at a bin. It was an Anthropologie brand, so that was awesome. I think I had one of those before. That I've known of, or that was sellable. So I'm almost to X in my inventory. So every piece of that I list gets its own number. Started at A, went to A100, B, C, D, and I'm at Y right now. And so I'm thinking I'm just going to start back over at A and start at like 101, 102, 103, and do another 100 on each of them. That way I don't have like double letters and stuff. Except J, I'll have to start at like 121 or something, because for some reason I decided I should go over on J, but every other number only went to 100. because I already have double letters of inventory, like shelf and stuff. So, no, I don't use my numbers. At least I thought about doing that, but I like having my inventory sheets in order, so I don't reuse them. Because, like, my inventory book, you know, I keep all of my, this is my inventory book. I keep all of my, like, notes and stuff in here, and they're all in order. And I like, that's way if I lose something, I, not really lose it, but if it's not where it's supposed to be, I might have put the location down wrong or whatever, I can come back here, find the item really fast, and see where it's supposed to be, or what size of box it's supposed to be in, or about how big it's supposed to be. But so that's why I don't reuse them. But when I do sell something, I put like all of my I keep a copy of the packing slip for I know how much it costs, because I write how much it costs me for each item on packing slip, but also for I know what I sold. And I go through and I mark it out every so often. Which I need to do that at some point because that pile's growing too. And also it helps me keep track of like what sold in Kansas. Well, because I'll put like a big X or like a star on it to alert me when I'm going through the papers. Except for Posh, of course, because they don't do that. Packing slip or anything. I might have to figure out a way to track orders. They go within state on Posh, and I have to have like a book or something somewhere, a piece of paper, because I couldn't. You can't re-see. I don't think you can re-see the like labels once they're printed. At least I couldn't figure out how to the other day. So, oh great, this has no SKU. At least I haven't figured out a way yet. At one point, I might start reusing them, but I guess I could go through. What I could do, if I wanted to reuse them, this might be an idea, is go through my inventory and write down all the numbers that aren't being used in order. And that way I can just put them all out, like in my inventory in order, and just go down the list and use them. I might do that. That might be something. We'll see. Once I get to X. My husband was like, well, I don't understand why you even changed numbers at 100. I'm like, because it's easier for me to visually look through numbers that are different than that all have the same letter. I don't know. I mean, it just breaks them up like visually for me. Like, okay, those are B's, those are R's, you know. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to do a huge sell though. Pretty soon, like huge, to move inventory. I like to do them closer to the end of the year because I like getting as much out as possible. Because I'm not like, and I like doing like, I'm talking like 75% off sales. Yeah. to clear out old inventory. So that'll be fun. I do that on my like old stock. I do like 50% off sales and stuff because that stuff's been around forever. I just want to make my money back that I spent on it and a little bit more. Like I just, I have to move it out. And like when I have I have an old stock category that I clearance out every so often. I put it as old stock and not clearance. That way if it's not on sale, people won't be like, well, why isn't this on sale? So I just labeled that old stock mostly for me, that way I know I need to go through that. But I like to have it on sale really high percentage most of the time. I mean, this is stuff that I've had for a really long time though. So before I like kind of knew what to pick up, I mean, I still don't know what to pick up half the time. I'm just guessing. But I literally I picked up this SeaWorld Anchor Hawking glass or something. I don't know if it's Anchor. I think it's Anchor Hawking. It's like Fire King or something. It's really cool graphics. Really, really cool. And I already did that one. It was the very first thing I thrifted for resale. I had sold before that, but it was just stuff like around the house. Very first thing that I had actually went to the thrift store and bought to resell. I still have that listed. And like I know I should pull it and get rid of it, but I can't because it's like the very first thing. Obviously nobody wants it. Obviously I'm just wasting my money by relisting it. But it's just like I don't know. I'll hold on to it. But I just can't. I can't get rid of it. But like today I pulled some stuff from inventory that I want to get rid of. And that's also what I do during when I'm doing inventories. I pull stuff. That way, because if it's not selling and it's not worth a lot and it hasn't sold in a long time, I just pull it. And because hold on. It's material I could use because I pre-pack and that's how I I have a box down here, so when I do pull something, I unpack it, put all my I have like a big box on here that I put all my packing supplies that's from those pulled boxes in. That way I can reuse it. Not wasting stuff. And it's taking up space. So I have literally put my whole store on 50% off before to move stuff. Like when sales were really super slow. I did that and it didn't matter. I sold a little bit more, but not very much, surprisingly. I don't know. I've been playing around with promoted listings a little bit to try to get stuff a bit more consistent, but I don't know. I think my goal is just to be more consistent in listing. Because I feel like Saturdays, I want to get where like I used to. I used to have a revolving drafts stocked up. Like I'd have 10 drafts done at all times in my draft section on eBay. That um that I'm trying to say. And then I would, so on Saturday and Sunday or whatever, I'd be able to list a few each day because I usually don't like to list or work on weekends. I usually source on weekends since I don't have a car. That's like the only time I have a car. So I usually source on weekends, and then Monday I really don't get a whole lot done because I'm going through the stuff I source and kind of like starting over. I pull my inventory tabs down. That's like my overstock inventory because I do have overstock because this summer I almost ran completely out of inventory to list, and I wasn't finding any inventory around here, none. So I keep quite a bit of overstock just for I have something to list, even if it's just low dollar stuff. I don't care. So Mondays, what I usually do, or Sunday nights, I pull down my inventory, and then I have a 3, like, it's a mess right now, but I have like a 3 shelf cart, a rolling cart, and I have 7 of these tubs in it, and I put hard goods in the tubs. One tub, or not 7. Do I have 7? I have 5 of these tubs in it. So I put 1 tub for each day of the week, not including weekends. I put the hard goods in this, and then in each tub I usually have like a plastic Walmart sack, and I put the clothing that I'm planning on doing in it for the day as well. And so I pull that inventory down. This week they didn't get into the tubs. They're in a basket right here because I was lazy this week. But this is in theory how it's supposed to work. And it does work really good when I actually put the stuff in the tubs. So I have 5 things. And then on the weekends, my plan was, which, like I said, I don't really like working on weekends that much, was to anything left in the tubs, do that. And then I have an empty shelf on the bottom, or an extra shelf on the bottom for the bigger items that don't fit in the tubs. Which why everything's in the basket is because most of them's like really big items. Like I have like a caboodles or condoodles, whatever it's called, makeup thing, that I need to get up. This game, big stuff. Which what I probably should work on tomorrow is my big stuff. And get that done and over with. I have a hat rack. Which I know those sell because I have sold the exact same one before. But that way I'm only having to pull my inventory down, my overstock inventory. If I get new inventory in, I like to list that like right away. My overstock inventory usually comes from when I go to the bins or when I go to auctions and I get a lot of stuff for really cheap. That's usually like when I have overstock inventory and I put it up. But I do try to list the stuff I get from thrift stores and whatever that week. Like I have a bin up there of just scarves. And they're not like the fancy scarves. And they're not like individually they're probably not worth much, but I'm lotting them up to make them worth more because I probably got, I don't know, 50 scarves for $1 at an auction. I know it was like $1 or $2. And probably more than that. I got a lot. And so I'll just lot it up until it's a reasonable price for me to sell it at. Like scarves together, like head scarves and stuff, and go from there. Not my favorite thing to list, but just gotta make do with what you got. Yeah, that's what I do too, because this year they said it's supposed to be a mild winter, which last year was mild. It hardly snowed. It snowed like once. And that's really unusual for Kansas. Usually, like I remember growing up, we'd had tons of snow. But I still don't like going out in the cold. So I guess we'll see. But and then like I'm thinking about going to the bins next week, and I really want to focus on getting some clothing there. I don't really like getting my shoes there because they're more expensive. Then like everything's 99 cents a pound. If it's over £5, certain furniture they might price a little higher, but if it's over £5, an item it's just $5. But shoes are $1.99 a pound. Isn't that crazy? So it depends if they're light like Tom's, I'll get them because that's not much, or sandals or whatever, I'll get them. I actually have some really nice Converse that I should list on Posh, I think. But I have a thrift store here that their shoes are 50 cents. 50 cents. And their boots are $1. And like you don't find very good ones very often there, but when you do, it's great. Or when I find shoes there, and then Goodwill, some of them are like $2 if they're half off. And Salvation Army, they're like $3.99, I think. Not bad. I just wish I had a bins closer. But it is what it is. It probably good I'd be there all the time. But if I did, I wouldn't have to stay there as long. Could go more often. Man, my nose itches. I have went to some, and like I have traveled to different bins because I was just curious. I went to when we went to St. Louis for our anniversary last year, and we did a camp out and everything. And one reason I went there because they had 2 bins. I do share my store sometimes in my chat because my chat disappears after my stream's over. So I have it set up to disappear. But I don't share it a whole lot. It just depends how I feel. It kind of makes me nervous to share my store on YouTube. But usually it's not too bad because, like I said, like during the day, sometimes I do, but the chat disappears, so. Oh no! That's scary. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's crazy. That's what I would be afraid about. Not me personally. I don't have that as many very many followers, but if I ever do, I would be afraid of that. Or not even that, just some like, a troll coming in, stopping by and looking, saying, hey, this person just put their, link in for this. Let's go mess with them. But usually it don't bug me. As long as it because like I said, I have it where the chat disappears at the end. When it's over with. I don't mind sharing my Posh Closet name, so I don't care. I know that sounds bad. I do care. I want to have great customer service on Posh, but it's just a little bit more relaxed on Posh, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't care, about customer service or anything like that, but it is more relaxed, I feel like. Not strict. I did get a bad review the other day on Posh. I felt really bad. And they said it was a really nice LL Bean thick shirt, corduroy. It was really nice. And I always check my items stuff, and they said it smelled weird, which I don't think it. To me, it didn't. But smell is objective, and I'm wondering if it was one. I have a poly bag. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, there it goes. I post a lot of pictures of walking on there. It's a few reselling things. I noticed one of my poly bags has kind of a chemical smell, so I don't know if it was that. I don't know. But then I'm thinking, well, sometimes people think, different detergents itself smell really bad. But they were saying how horrible it smelled, and I felt horrible because I'm like, it didn't smell. But whatever. It's just I don't know why it smelled like that, but can't please everyone, I guess. I felt really bad though. Yeah. I don't know. They said it smelled horrible. It had a horrible stench to it. And I'm just I know it was clean. I don't know why it would have smelled so bad unless it was just stale smelling or a lot. And I put my stuff in plastic bags, along the way. Who knows? I don't know. And then again, I'm thinking, wouldn't you just wash it? Oh, and then it didn't fit her, but that wasn't, she said it didn't fit her, but that wasn't the seller's fault. It's then why mention it? But I don't know. And I know some people are very sensitive to smells. I know people that think certain detergents smells horrible to them. Anyways. I'm that way. There's certain detergents I cannot stand the smell of. It just stinks to me. Horrible smell to me. Anything Hawaii smell or paradise smell, tropical air freshener detergent, I can't stand. It stinks. It's just horrible smelling to me. I wish there was but then there's not even a way to contact them when they're unhappy. But like I said, I want to be, you know. Oh, thank you. I want to be, I want to have good customer service and everything, but then again, it's like as long as my rating's okay on Bosch, they won't see the reviews. So, and you can't please it. Really try. Yeah, my husband, his name's Donovan. We have been married for years. I was 18. And everybody always asks me, were you guys high school sweethearts? I'm like, nope. I was almost 19. I met him right out of high school. It's funny. We met on a blind. If you want to hear something like totally redneck, we met on a blind fishing date. A blind fishing date. Yes. But I always, I always tell people, well, at least I can use the cheesy lines that I was a great catch or he was a great catch. Blind fishing. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say that. I'm like, well, that's how we met. I almost didn't go, too. It was through a friend, and I almost called the whole thing off. I almost told him I had to work or something came up. Horrible. But and then when we got married, he was in the army, military, and he had just completed basic or basic. I can't even think of what it is right now. AIT, yes. And we were supposed to move to Texas, like he was supposed to be stationed in Texas. But he decided to go to like airborne school and he ended up not getting into airborne school or whatever. I don't know. They had too many people. And he got stationed in Korea. That was a big surprise. But it was fun. We were there for 3 years. We had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it over there. Yeah, we lived there for 3 years. When he got stationed, I didn't even go. We weren't even like when you get stationed over there, you apply for like command sponsorship, and that means their family to come over and move you basically. He got permission. I didn't wait for that. I was like, no, I don't want to wait that long. I'm impatient. He got permission to live off post, and like within a week, I was on a plane. I found a really cheap ticket, and I was on a plane. I took 2 suitcases with me, and I went over there. And we were there for a whole year, almost a year. And then we did this thing where you like sign a contract for an extra year. Or he signs a contract for an extra year to live there. And then we ended up, right after we got that all figured out, we ended up getting Command Sponsor, which added another year. But at least we didn't have to pay for moving back or anything. Because usually you're only there with a family, if you're by yourself, you're there for 1 year. And with the family, you're usually only there for 2 years. It's kind of funny. One of my really good friends there, she was from Kansas also. So that was kind of cool. No, there's not like really good thrifting. There was a thrift shop like on Post, and there's like little ones around there, but they have like really good deals on just stuff in general. Their stuff's not too expensive. They have like a store called Daiso. It's really cheap stuff. And then they have markets, which I love. I miss the markets the most. They used to have them. I think it was like every day that had a 1 or a 3 in it. Like the 1st, the 3rd, the 13th, the 23rd, or something like that. It was a really weird schedule. But it was a lot of fun. What I did over there, I completed my degree while I was over there because I was able to do online through my Fort Hays, through my college. And then I also was a Girl Scout leader for 2 years. So that was fun. Had a lot of fun doing that. I was a Brownies Girl Scout leader. We had a meeting every single week. And there was quite a few girls in Girl Scouts. I think the first year my troop had like, it was 9, and then the second year had 15. Just in my troop. Like the whole post, there was like over 100. So that kept me pretty busy doing stuff for that. Pass the time. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun there. And it was just like I'd never lived anywhere outside of Kansas. Except till then, and even now I've only lived in Korea and Kansas. The good thing was like the weather over there is almost exactly like Kansas weather. So when everybody else was complaining about how hot and humid it was, because it does get pretty humid. Except it just rains a little bit more because it's a peninsula. And I liked it because when I was in school, because I did my first year like on campus, and then the rest of it, I got married and I did it all online. But when I was in school, I was like technically, a day, like I think it's like 15 hours ahead of them. So it felt like the due date, I was kind of like always, I was able to get all my homework done earlier, or I'd have like longer. I didn't have longer to do it, but always felt like I had longer to do it because it wasn't due until the next day for me. So that was nice. And then I came back and I didn't even use my degree. So, not yet, anyways. Almost done with writing all my posh numbers down. Actually, I don't even know where my diploma is. Oh, I think it's down there in the pile of notebooks. It's pretty bad. But I really enjoy reselling. I always enjoyed thrifting and going yard selling. Actually, I think I skipped. Oh, I didn't. Never mind. Let's see. Yeah, I started with hard goods and then I did them forever, but it just wasn't cutting it for me just because it just wasn't. So I finally just broke down and did clothing too. Started to do clothing. I'm still learning a lot though. I have like no clue about labels still. I do like doing plush though. I know you do like a lot of plush hauls. I love doing plush. I do a lot of baby plushes, like certain types of baby plush. They usually sit quite a while, but man, they sell. Yeah, plush. Like, stuffed animals. They I do baby plush, so like they sit for a while, but when they sell, I can sell them for like I've sold them for $20, $30 for just a baby, like I don't know, just crazy stuff like lamb plush, certain brands. And then like I know Jelly Fox, you've talked about that. I've sold Jelly Fox. I like selling their I also they used to sell better for me. They don't sell as good now for me. I don't know why. But I used to sell a lot of soft books too. I always liked selling the Jellycat soft books, and and then Jellycat plush too. They sell really good for me if I can find them. That one I found that one time with the fox, the smiling fox, I sold like $55. It's crazy. But I find a lot of like baby plush, like the plush made specifically for babies that have like this no beady eyes and stuff. Certain brands, they sit, but I always sell them and they'll sit for a while and then they sell and they always go overseas. And even if they're a little bit older, I feel like that's fine. Hi, Hickory Springs, Valerie. But yeah. And this is how I figured out about baby toy like plushes was what I do when I go to a thrift store, and if they're really cheap, I always buy baby toys for my dogs because they don't have the beady eyes, so I don't have to like cut the eyes off and make them look all weird for they don't choke on them. And I'm cheap because my dogs just rip the toys up like that, so I don't like spending $5 or $6 on a toy for them. And so I was looking at this one. I'm like, man, I should just look this up. And it was worth like $35. And I'm like, yeah, you guys aren't getting this one. And then I started looking into more of them, you know, a little bit more. And it was like the lamb. I don't remember what brand it was, though, but it was some lamb. I almost gave it to my dog, so they would have had it shredded in minutes. And yeah. I like to sell like security blankets too, or like some people call them lovies. If I can find them really cheap. But they do sit for a while. Those do. And soft books. I used to sell the soft books better. For some reason they haven't been selling lately. But they were selling really good for me for a while. I think it's just certain ones do better. And I haven't found the certain ones for a while. That's like the second time I've opened this listing. I am. I shouldn't be a night owl, but I am. My goal this is great. Like, because I do What the Heck Wednesdays every Wednesday at 5:30, and during that I talk a little bit about my personal goals too, like the food journal, which I did not do today. The walking every day, which I usually do. Lately I haven't been because it's been raining. Like today it rained, but like I was walking 4 miles a day and it was great. And my biggest goal this week was going to bed early and getting a good night's sleep. Obviously, I'm not doing that. But it is what it is. I am thinking I'm doing inventory, which is like the most boring thing to do. And I'm having to go through all my Posh listings, and I'm writing their inventory numbers down for I don't have to go through every listing when I pick a shelf to do inventory on. Long run. Hopefully it will save me a little bit of time. I already did. I did oh, I sent the rain too. Well, you're in Missouri, right? So probably. Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's not even really raining. It's just like this drizzle, cold, icky, whatever. Just like, ugh. It's supposed to be nice this weekend, though. So, it's supposed to be like a 7 or high of 67 or something on Saturday. So, I'm hoping. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. I'll probably go to my favorite little thrift store that I always go to. And I want to go, I might want to go geocaching. I love geocaching. If it's nice. Because I haven't been geocaching for a while. And I want to. I like going because a lot of them is like at historical markers and stuff, and I enjoy that kind of stuff. Anyways. But I'm going to have to put your neglecting putting in bin. Geocaching? It is like a worldwide scavenger hunt. There's hundreds, thousands, or there's tons of them. There's even some in Korea when we were over there. But they're like little canisters or tubs or really anything that are hidden on public property. And they have maps of them and locations and clues, and you go to that location, they have like the coordinates, and you find them, and they have like little trinkets in them, and you can take one and we leave one. I've been putting like wooden nickels in mine. If I find one big enough for one, these things, wooden nickels. I have tons of them. And then they have like a log sheet that you log in, you log it online too. But yeah. They're cool. They're like and then like our name's like On and Hunt because our last name's Onan. It's like On the Hunt because it's like a scavenger hunt. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, but it's been around for a long time. Like I did it in high school with friends. But it is kind of like that, except they're usually like historical, like business cards. That's a good idea. Like at historical things, anywhere anybody wants to place one, as long as it's public property, and it has trinkets. And online, they also have like information about the site if it is like a historical site, so you can look that up. Me and my husband both really like doing it, so we usually make a day of it, pack a picnic, and really it's a cheap date. You just pay for gas. Like you have to pay for gas, and that's about it. And you get to go to all different places and look. And last time we got we got a flat in front of one of them, and it on like out in the middle of nowhere, which is fine. Like we both know how to change the tire, not a big deal, but it was interesting. And like literally 5 minutes before I got a flat, I'm like, Donovan, you need to slow down. This is creek gravel. You are going to get a flat. And guess what? We got a flat. Because it was creek. You could just tell it was creek gravel on that road. And that stuff tears your tires. But yeah, we both like doing it, so. They have in our county, somebody has went, like we live in it's not a huge county. It's an okay sized county in Kansas. Like my town our town's really small. It has like 150 people in it. But like the main head has or main county has, I don't know how many. Probably like, let's just look. County. Um, oh wow. It has like 33,000 in it. So it's not a huge county. But they have like a cemetery series of all these old cemeteries. And there's like 30 cemeteries in this county. It's crazy. And they're really like there's some really cool ones there. Old ones. And they have like they'll have like all the information about it. It's just crazy how many. Oh, I think I'm almost done. Yeah, this is I have one more after this. Yay! And then I might pull my order real quick, and then I'll probably go. That way I don't have to get up super at 3 more. Early tomorrow. I can't believe I didn't put to do this. And it won't be very hard to do my shipping tomorrow morning. That's the only drag about living in a small town is, well, other than there's not a whole lot here, but the post office is only open till noon. Okay, so, oh, I think I skipped one. Nope, okay. So, wait, what's that? Yeah, that one's right. You're finishing your shipping. Well, I'm just going to pull them tonight. That way I don't have to look for them tomorrow. Okay, I got all my stuff from Tosh wrote down. That's a long list. Write out. Okay, let's see what's going on. My messages. My fingers are like freezing. It's so cold in this room is the hottest and the coldest room in our entire house. Depending on the season. It's because it's so shut off from the rest of the house. Okay, let's go to my eBay. Come on. Let's make it bigger where you can find the number. They only have one awaiting shipping, the other person. But I had like 7 unpaid cases, and then like this one at the GSP, they finally canceled it. Well, they didn't want to cancel it, but they said they couldn't put them in their cart because there was no cart, and eBay said there was a cart and that I shouldn't send them together in one box because of tracking, which I knew. I didn't feel comfortable anyways doing that. And I'm like, well, what do I tell the buyer? And they were taking forever to get back to me between them. And I had already put the cancellation request in. And they were like, you just need to cancel, or I just need to pay shipping. And we're still bargaining to sell. I'm thinking, no, you already did a best offer. The best offers were accepted. I offered to cancel it for you could add them all to your cart and, get the shipping combined. And then I talked to eBay. They're like, "Well, you do have the option." They're like, "You don't wanna ship them together like that, without going through the, canceling, adding the cart and blah, 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 because you won't get proper, tracking and, they might scam you." And I'm like, "Well, what do I tell the buyer?" I'm like, "I don't wanna be like, 'Well, you're wrong. Your site does have a cart because the eBay rep told me it does.'" I'm like, "That's just so I make a buyer mad." And the eBay rep really is wrong. They have it. I'm like, "I know, but that's how I make them mad." People don't like being told they're wrong. And I'm like, "So what do I tell him?" He's like, "Well," the eBay guy was like, "Well, you do have the option of um, not replying to them because it seems kinda what they're just the whole thing seems kinda crazy." I'm like, "Okay." So I decided not to reply, and the guy ended up canceling the orders. So I don't know. And then I felt kind of bad, but then I'm like, less of a headache. If he's saying he can't combine them, like, in the cart, which the eBay guy said he could. It I'm glad it kinda is just done with. Q. It's in Q, which is Q, Q. Where is Q at? I always do this to myself. I always, like, forget K. Ah. Oh, it's up here, I think. No, let's see. NO. Is it real? Oh, it's right there. I bet. Like, it is not that old. Okay, so OPQ. Of course, it's like the hardest one imaginable. Why? It's not worth the headache, though. There it is. There's my order for tomorrow. Look at getting Q. Gotta stop putting stuff in Q. Okay, so there's the one for tomorrow. Might pull the other one that they haven't. So that was and then I still have 2 more orders and I have to probably go to unpaid cases. I've already invoiced them. I hate doing that, but that was crazy though. 3 unpaid cases. Or 3 unpaid items. Or not 3, 7. Good. Oh goodness. That is like the most dreaded one ever. I bet though. Hold on. Is it R? It's not very big. So it's probably in one of these smaller ones. R98. while. You know what? I think I'm going to wait on that one. They probably won't pay tomorrow. I can dig through it tomorrow. I don't feel like digging through all those. C's like C and B are the worst inventory spots I have because they're so big. And I hate those spots. So I'm not gonna dig through it tonight. I'm really surprised it's in there though. Or maybe we put it in C. It's a very small item. Don't know why. Okay. Get the Google Hangs-out pulled back up. I don't know what size of boxes in there. Look real quick. A 7 by 9 by 10 box. So a little bit long. I'm not going to do it tonight. I just need to make my mind up not do it tonight because I don't feel like ripping that apart and then I won't feel like putting it back up. Let me think. Anything else I can do real quick? I need to figure out what to do with this Queen Anne thing because it's like coming apart. I'm afraid I'm going to use some of the pieces. I think what I'm going to do I'm also afraid I'm going to break some of the pieces. It's so freaking heavy. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. This is... It's a dollhouse. Okay, I think I'm going to head out pretty quick too. Like pretty soon because I am getting tired as well. As soon as I secure this, I am going to head out. I just don't want this box to pop open, you know, and have hundreds of dollhouse parts everywhere. That would be fun. Oh. I think I'm just going to slide it over here for tonight out of the way. Deal with it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, thank you for the company. Thanks for hanging out with me. I think I'm going to go too. Bye, everyone. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching. Yeah, have a good night and a good weekend.